guys? Welcome back to the episode of What Are Y'all's Podcast. It's been a minute, man. It's your host, JMX, my other host, Ryan. And today, we're going to talk about NBA free agency and a trade that happened in the NFL what was it, like 2 days ago? Involving Ryan's team, man. Shout out to them boys. We got a lot to unpack. But, hey, look, man, it's been a minute. Me and Rob been insanely busy, had a lot of stuff going on, but we are back. We're going to try to, drop way more videos for you guys. It's just been a lot going on, man. Busy, busy, busy. But yeah, hey man, we missed a lot. But NBA free agency is here. I know we missed the draft and everything like that, but draft pretty much went expected how everybody thought it was gonna go. But NBA free agency is here. Going into it, Sham said that this is gonna be the craziest offseason ever, most legendary offseason, whatever the hell he said. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it's been alright. Like I don't think it's lived up to that hype yet, but it's been alright. It's been some crazy stuff. Starting off with Ryan's team, man, the Lakers. But actually, before we get into all that, Ryan, man, how you been? How you doing? I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, bro. I've been alright. Been stressing over both my teams. Usually one of them stressed me out at each time, but both my teams are stressing me out at the same time. Talking about trading T.J. Watt, talking about trading LeBron. Man, I'm hoping they're both on their respected teams, aka winning 2 championships in the NFL and the NBA. Because that's what's going to happen if T.J. Watt signs his contract. We're going to win the Super Bowl, and if LeBron stays, we win
And
the
crack
chip.
that with the drug.
But yeah, I've been alright. How about yourself?
I've been great, man. Shout out to both of my squads too. Obviously, we missed out on a certain player, which we're gonna get into later. But other than that, man, I've been really good. You know what I'm saying? Been really good. I'm excited for this NBA season. Shout out to my Spurs. We got Dylan Harper, Carter Bryant. The two guys that I really wanted the most in this draft. They was able to pull off. Getting Carter Bryant if he fell to 14, which is crazy. So he's on the squad. My Broncos. I think we ain't done episodes since we picked up JK. So shout out to them boys. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of hey man, this is stuff to look forward to. Victor Wembanyama and Bo Nix, shout out to them two guys, man. They brought my love back just for everything. But yeah. Let's jump right into it, man. The Los Angeles Lakers. They signed DeAndre Ayton today. I know, man, Laker fans have been absolutely like I can't even think of the word. They have just been miserable, like complaining, sending Rob Palinka every type of death threat. Like, I mean, it's just been a whole bunch of stuff going on with them. They have not had the offseason that they wanted to have. Even though they pulled off one of the most insane trades in NBA history, it's not enough. But yeah, DeAndre Ayton is a Los Angeles Laker. He got bought out from the Portland Trailblazers. I think at the time it was one of the biggest buyouts, if not the biggest buyout in NBA history. We're gonna talk about what beat that later on in a few minutes. But yeah, shout out to DeAndre Ayton, man. He is a Los Angeles Laker. This comes after the Lakers. They lose Dorian Finney-Smith. He goes to Houston. They also signed Jake LaRavia. But yeah, the Lakers get their big man. Ryan, man, what's your thoughts about that, man? How you feel about DeAndre Ayton becoming a Laker in this? And is he what you kind of expected you guys to get? Like, just how do you feel, man?
Yeah, see, I kind of had a feeling we were either gonna go with him or Clint Capella, and I kind of like Ayton a little bit better, especially for this team, for this fit. Um, I'm interested to see if the rumors are true. If LeBron is going to request a trade, I don't know if he is. I think he's just trying to put
Hey,
pressure
I
on the
can bring it
team.
up.
Personally,
Mm-hmm.
I just think he's trying to put pressure on the team. Um, but yeah, I like Ayton. He's again the best center that we've had. Um, shit that I can remember in a pretty long time. I mean, AD if you want to consider him playing center, whatever. But um, but yeah, I'm happy with it. Again, he's not gonna be some crazy. Like, I'm not expecting him to be Jokic. I'm not expecting him to be healthy and Embiid. I'm not expecting him to be anything crazy. But like, he has solid center. He's okay. He's an okay center. He's better than what we had. So it's an upgrade. And for getting him for the price that we got and not having to trade anything, I thought was pretty good value. And then
Yeah, I agree.
the Ravia guy. I mean, all I've heard he's a pretty good shooter, especially coming off the bench. I think him and Austin Reeves are boys too, so that should be good chemistry between them two as well.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think this is like a home run signing for the Lakers. I think they very much well took advantage of a good center that was let go. He's still relatively young. Him and Luca came in from the same draft, so you got at least a nice young center for the foreseeable future. But we'll see how it goes. I think eventually, I don't know. I don't know if he'll be with the Lakers outside of these 2 years. We would have to see, but just based on DeAndre Ayton's track record, like he isn't the most gonna say he does lack in the past he's lacked effort. And I don't know how that well that's gonna go over in LA. I think it's a good pickup over, like you said, what they had going from Jackson Hayes to him. I think should be an upgrade, and just going from Trey Jamison to him is gonna be a significant upgrade as well. So but overall, I still think the Lakers need a lot more to really like take that leap. They kind of still have the same team. They need to go find a way to place Dorian Finney-Smith. I guess they replaced him with Jake LaRavia, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? The free agency is still kind of early, so we'll see. But I like the move for what they got him for. They didn't have to. It was really like a low risk, high reward type thing. So shout out to the Lakers, man. I'm surprised Rob Pelinka got it done. I thought the Pacers were going to swoop in and kind of take him off his feet after what happened with Miles Turner, which I think is a really good transition to the next one. So yesterday, it was yesterday, right? Yeah, Miles Turner shocked the NBA world and went to their rival team, the Milwaukee Bucks. He signs for 4 years, $107 million. Apparently the Pacers only offered him 3 years, 60. Yeah,
Something like that.
that was disrespectful. I mean, it don't get more disrespectful than that, bro. You offer this man 3 years, 60 million. 20 million a year is disrespectful. That's like criminal. That's like, I mean, come on, bro. They could have gave him like 3 year 95. 3 year 95 would have been solid. But I mean, he goes to Milwaukee. I think it's 20. Yeah, he getting 26 million a year. But the fourth year kind of is really what did it for him, man. He goes to the Bucks, and in a corresponding move in order for the Bucks to get him, they waived Damian Lillard, made him the biggest buyout in NBA history, stretching his contract of $113 million over the course of 5 years. Um, what were your thoughts on it? And then I'll give mine. But I was shocked. But go ahead.
Yeah, at first when I woke up, that's the first thing I seen, and I was more just confused than anything, just seeing that they just essentially just cut Dame, and then obviously looking a little more into the details and to everything. I mean, obviously Miles Turner was going to be able to help you now this coming season, because
Mhm.
Dame obviously tore his Achilles. But dude, it just the way, and like for it to happen to all players, him like kind of been known as the most loyal player to his team with Portland, and for him to essentially just get scrapped after tearing his Achilles, after what was it? He had a blood clot in his right calf, I think it was, either his right or left calf, and for him to come back from that and then tear his Achilles, and then for them just to essentially just throw him away like he trash, it's like from the reports that I've seen, he's ecstatic about it though. He's happy as hell about it. Like he can go sign wherever he wants next year. Or I think they're saying he might be back for the playoffs, but who knows? But yeah, it was just more of a shocking move in general. You trade all that to go get Dame, and he played what 2 years with the Bucks, and then you just cut him
For
for
Miles Turner.
yeah. And Miles isn't a bad player.
He's a great player.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. For me, it was more of just a. I think the team is kind of panicking, thinking we might fuck around and lose Giannis. So they're just trying to surround him with as many healthy players as they can, and they worry about the cap and all that later. But I think Giannis, if I'm Giannis and I'm seeing all the stuff going on around, I might I might request that trade. But that's just me. What do you think about it?
I was definitely like, why Dame, bro? That was kind of my first thought on it. Like, why Dame? He's the most loyal player probably in the NBA. One of them for sure. And the reason I say that because I mean you can easily say yeah, like Steph Curry, guys have been with one team their whole career, but I mean Curry never really. Dame and them were losing, and he didn't want to leave Portland. He only left Portland because they decided to rebuild instead of keep trying to build for a championship. And for him to risk everything to come back to try to go get that championship, and he tears his Achilles, and you kind of just kick him to the curb. Can't I mean, he's still getting his money. He can choose his own destination. He doesn't have to be like telling them preferred teams or the case may be. So he does get to do that, and he doesn't have to worry about rehab and everything like that. But for the Bucks to have a problem with this man living in Portland with his family while he was rehabbing is crazy. And that played a part in this. Him not being in Milwaukee because you wanted him to be in Milwaukee to rehab makes absolutely no sense in the world. That's like the Spurs getting mad at Vic for saying, "Why are you rehabbing in France? You need to rehab in San Antonio." Like what? Like why does that matter? Like, bro, it's just ridiculous to me. But if I'm Giannis, all the reports are indicating that a trade is probably going to be coming. Um, I know they're saying that Giannis values loyalty, but then in the same breath, they're also saying he's going to take a look at this roster and something could be had by the end of. Then they say end of August or something like the end of July or end of August. And I'm gonna just be so real with you, like there's no way. I mean, you think Giannis gonna look at his roster that he can win a title, let alone go to the Eastern Conference Finals, bro? Your second best player is Miles Turner, and I don't. And that's not really the issue here. It's you have nothing else. You brought back Torian Prince. You brought back Bobby. You brought back Kevin Porter Jr. And who's it? Yeah, they brought back Gary Trent. But all these guys, you're bringing back all these guys, but you're not adding any pieces. So basically, you basically got rid of Dame for Miles Turner. So now you have no point guard. The point guard you got is Kevin Porter Jr. and Gary Harris. And let's be real, Gary Harris is about a year or two away from being out the NBA. So you got that going on. Their team is just not that good, bro. It's just not a good team. They got bounced by Indiana in what, 5?
Yeah, 5.
And that was without Dame. Like I don't think Miles Turner is gonna move the absolute needle of like him and Giannis being a dynamic duo and him and Giannis taking them to the ECF. Like I don't. It's not. It sounds like I'm disrespecting Miles Turner, but I'm not. Like, it's just it's what it is. This isn't Indiana where they got a solid, one of the best, what, 10-man rotations in the NBA. Bro, you got, hell, your starting 5 is barely good. Shit, you don't even got a big 3, bro. So, I mean, that's just, it is what it is in Milwaukee, bro. I think this is all going to end. And apparently they didn't run this by, which I don't know if I believe that. But if it's true, then the Bucks are absolute clowns and they deserve what's going to come to them, which is a Giannis trade. That man is going to. Talking about some you want to see the moves they going to make. What other moves can be made? Because, tell you right now, nobody wants Kyle Kuzma. Nobody wants him at $22 million a year, bro. $22 million a year is crazy. For him, he's terrible, bro. I mean, we just got to keep it real. Like, we just got to keep it real, man.
Yeah, I am interested to see. I remember when we were talking about the playoffs during round 1, I was saying I really wanted to see Giannis with like a legitimate center. I just didn't really think Brook Lopez really was that like dominant, legit center. That
Miles Turner is milder.
yeah. See, I think Miles Turner with Giannis could be a solid duo, like a cool solid duo. But like, I agree with you. It's like how far is it really gonna take you, especially like for Giannis, like. Dude, you're gonna be wasting another year of your prime career. But I can also understand where Giannis might be thinking of like, all right, the East without Tatum, without Hallie, could be kind of weak. But it's like, man, how weak can it really be? Like you're gonna have to go up against the Cavs, or you're gonna like you can at bare minimum you make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. You're probably gonna have to play the Cavs, and the Cavs are gonna smoke them. So it's like. I agree with you with Giannis of if I'm Giannis and I'm looking at it. Hey yo man, I appreciate you everything you guys have done for me here in Milwaukee. We won a championship, cool, all that good stuff. It's time. It's time for me to go to LA with the Lakers. So
this man's crazy. But anyway, getting back to the realistic side of things, there's just absolutely no way that this organization is just. I mean, I don't think they just made bad deals, bro. You should have traded Chris Middleton for Dame. instead of giving up Drew Holiday. It's just bad management, bro. You should have, if you were gonna get rid of Dame, you should have got rid of him before free agency, so you could have had that cap space. Because what they're paying Dame is not against their cap, so you basically freed up what 45 million dollars. So you free up that $45 million going in free agency, and now you don't just use that to sign one player. You could have went out and got a few, maybe three to four good pieces, brought a guy like Brook Lopez back maybe, and had some cards to play with. But that's not what you do. You swap a star for a star, and you pay Miles Turner a bag, and then bring back all of the guys that were problems. Well, I ain't gonna say they were all problems, but just bring back guys that like aren't gonna win you anything. So I don't know. The East is wide open, and I think Giannis is good enough to maybe take them over that hump. But like, are you better than the Knicks? Are you better than the Magic? Are you better than the Cavs? So those are the questions. Are you better than Detroit? So that's what I'm kind of looking at. Like, even with you saying, man, we gonna run this 1 year, we got a chance. Are you even a top four team in your conference? Hell, are you better than Boston without Tatum? I mean, maybe now, like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
with Boston. But you get my point. I'm trying to say, like, are you better than Atlanta? Because Atlanta's been killing it, and we're gonna get into them a little later. But bro, I don't know. I think Giannis gonna request a trade, and we put videos out way before the teams that I think is gonna be in best position to really try to go out and make a Giannis trade. I think it starts with obviously the two main teams being the Rockets and the Spurs, and it's crazy that the Rockets can still get Giannis out in the Kubo, but they really still can. Um, but yeah, it's just crazy to see, man. The Bucks have really just fucked this up. That like they just you had an opportunity to build a roster, you just didn't do it. You botched it.
So you do feel like Giannis is gonna request a trade?
That'd be the smart thing to do.
Now, what do you think he gonna do?
I don't know because there's so much stuff coming out. Like you could be loyal to a fault. Look at Dame, bro. Bro. Dame is a perfect example. You probably should have got out of Portland a little earlier. Or now it's like maybe you should have stayed in Portland. And if you're Giannis, it's like get the hell out of there. And me personally, I'm getting the fuck out of there. And I'm going to another team. I'm really there's only a few teams I would try to go to. You got to go to well-rounded teams. I don't think going to LA will be a smart choice for Giannis because Rob Pelinka. I don't know about Rob Pelinka, bro. You need to go to a team that's on the move and that's actually has pieces that you can win the championship next year, like the Rockets. Like, yeah, I go to San Antonio, but like, another dark horse may be the Knicks. But those are probably be the teams I'm looking at right now. If I'm honest, I definitely got to get the hell out of Milwaukee though, because I'm not going to carry these bombs. I'm looking at that team right now, bro. It's horrible. It's actually bad. It's like they suck, bro. They got a shitload of shooting guards. But keep going. Go ahead.
See, I just got a feeling he's not gonna request a trade though. I just got that feeling like he's gonna be loyal to a fault, and he's just gonna stay with the team. And I mean, I would love to see Giannis somewhere else competing for a championship. I agree with you though. I just don't feel like that's it. Again, me personally, I like, especially towards the end of the season, I like what Kevin Porter Jr. was giving him. Bobby Portis, like he was suspended, I think, for like a good chunk of the season, and he came back like right at the end of the season. But like Miles Turner, Bobby Portis, Giannis, and Kevin Porter Jr., it's like I don't know. We were both not really a big fan of that Kyle Kuzma trade in general.
When it happened, yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
so that's not
Yeah.
really even a shock. But like I just got a feeling Giannis is just gonna. I got that feeling he's gonna stay. He's gonna stay, and he's just gonna try to do it one more year, because it seems like every year it's like we get into these talks about like Giannis might be gone, and it's like this is the year when it's like really the most like, damn, Giannis could really be gone. I just got a feeling he's gonna stay, and it's gonna be the exact same situation. They might get bounced in the second round.
No, I was saying it's gonna be the next same thing next off
Yeah,
season.
yeah,
And
exact same thing.
yeah, I'm gonna just say this, bro. Go to Houston or San Antonio.
Or LA Lakers. Come on.
Nah.
Hmm.
Go to a dark horse team, maybe Atlanta. You need to get out the hell out of Milwaukee. Atlanta, I say my top four teams to be Atlanta, New York, San Antonio, Houston.
Man, thinking about Atlanta, him and Trey would be crazy.
Yeah. And I see people saying Golden State. It wouldn't work. Not saying him going everywhere. I don't think a trade could work because Golden State would gut their team. You would have to give up Draymond, Buddy Hield, and Moses Moody, and you would have no cap room because you got Steph, Jimmy, and Giannis all making 50 million plus.
See, but I think if you're a Warriors fan, all Warriors fans would be like, yeah, do it, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, of course you would because you got Steph and Giannis,
Yeah,
but it's like we've seen those. It don't work because you have no one else. I mean, you would have Pods and who would like you would have put Pajinski and who else, bro? Okay, I'll look into it right now. You if you say minus Draymond Green, Moses Moody, Buddy Hill, you will have Steph Curry, Jimmy, Giannis, Pods, Trace Jackson Davis, and Quentin Post in the rotation. What are you winning in the West with that? Yeah, you got Steph and Giannis and Jimmy, but Steph, he's 30, approaching 38. Jimmy's 36. I don't know. I don't. I'm not doubting them boys. Steph is still one of the players in the league. Jimmy is still clutch, but you need a squad, bro. You're not gonna be OKC with that. You're not. You're not beating OKC. You're not beating Houston. Because I'm with you, Houston. This ain't the same Houston team, bro. Yeah, I know y'all just beat Houston. No, they got KD. They legit, bro. Like, and they team they got way better. But nah, I don't think that's a good move for Golden State because Giannis is only gonna be there for what 2 years, and whatever the length of his contract is, and then he's either gonna get traded because Curry's gonna retire, and then you're gonna have to trade him. Like it's just nah, bro. Just he needs to go to teams that already are to where once they make the trade for him, they still got assets in place to win a title. And there's only like 3, 4 teams in the league that I think can legitimately pull off that and contend with Giannis. So I don't know. That's just kind of what I think. But yeah, moving on to speaking about Katie and the Rockets. Kevin Durant got traded to the Rockets, bro. Crazy work, crazy work. I really thought this man was going to the Spurs. All signs are pointing to going to San Antonio. And Phoenix just really took Houston's offer. That's just kind of what it is. Phoenix, they traded Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the 10th pick, along with some second round picks, I think, as well, for Kevin Durant. And yeah, pretty much, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of pissed in the moment. Because I'm like, bro, this man literally wanted to come play for you, and you didn't want to give up Jeremy Sohan, which was like religiously like any word you want to put before the word stupid is acceptable. Like you're a fucking clown. But it is what it is. We missed out on KD. I still like the all season that we had, but man, shout out to the Rockets, bro. They ain't gonna win the championship next season. They are as legit as it can go. I mean, you can't really like bro, they're legit. I love the off season that they're having. I love their team. Their team is fucking crazy. But what do you think about the KD trade? And like, do you think it made the Rockets better? Or do you think it made the Rockets worse?
no, I agree with you. I think the Rockets are legit. I texted you when they signed Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean, I love Dorian Finney-Smith on the Lakers. I thought he was a great defender, especially on the perimeter. He was a solid 3-point shooter, and it's like getting KD and him. And realistically, I mean, I thought Jalen Green was all right. I thought he had some solid games in the playoffs, but majority of the games in that playoff series, he wasn't there. And giving up him and Dylan Brooks in the 10th pick and getting KD in return, I mean, and being able to keep like these young players that got like extreme potential,
Yeah.
and it's like they're gonna be nasty. They're gonna be filthy. So
As it currently stands right now, they're my favorite to win the championship. I think Kevin Durant, bring back Fred, took a fucking $20 million pay cut. outrageous. Shout out to Fred VanVleet. $20 million pay cut. That's not getting talked about enough for me. 20 million? Bro, I understand the 5'10. 20, bro. That man wants championships. Shout out to Fred VanVleet. He took a $20 million pay cut so they go get guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, go pick up a Clint Capella, but their team is fucking crazy. You still keep I think trading, Dylan Brooks is replaced. Dorian Finney-Smith, boom, whatever. You basically traded Jalen Green for Kevin Durant. Jalen Green in the 10th pick for Kevin Durant. I would have done that. Well, I would have done that so goddamn fast. It's just outrageous how they were able to get Kevin Durant. It's just exactly what they needed. You still got Ime Udoka, which was arguably the best coach in basketball. Şengün is still there. You re-sign Steven Adams. You bring back Fred VanVleet on a crazy reduced contract, team-friendly deal. You pay Jabari Smith in a very valuable, was it 5-year extension they gave this brother?
I
I
think
think it was
so.
5 years.
I think so. Yeah.
Um,
Either 4 or 5.
5-year, $122 million deal, and I don't think people understand how great of a deal that is for him. That is pennies on a dollar. And then, it's just crazy. Like, overall, you still got Reed Shepard. You got that dog in the mid. Amin Thompson, he was able to keep Tari Eason. Cam Whitmore looks like he's on his way out, but you were still able to keep him in this deal, so you can still move him potentially. And then they brought back all of their like third string guys and Aaron Holiday, Jay Shante, Jeff Green. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. This team can legitimately go win the championship next season. Kevin Durant is exactly what they needed. This is the best team Kevin Durant has been on since the Golden State years. But as far as complete team goes, the best team he's been on, bro. Wing galore. We're talking about their starting lineup potentially being Fred VanVleet, Amin Thompson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Kevin Durant, or in Şengün. Or they got so many of potential starting lineup is crazy. But bro, they're my pick right now as it stands to go win the championship. I think they could beat OKC, and I think they could beat them pretty comfortably. With Amin Thompson, we saw what this man was doing to Steph Curry, bro. This man is legit. Fred VanVleet in the playoffs. I trust it. I trust Jabari Smith Jr. in his role. I like the role they carved out for him. I like to bring it back. I love Steven Adams. Şengün is I think his defense could cause some problems, but that's why they brought in Capella because I'm gonna tell you, bro, they're cooking because that addition bringing in Capella. If you really watched them last season, their one weakness with Şengün is he can't guard. And they realize some of these, when you play in these playoffs, if you can't guard in the interior, they're going to go after you. That's why they brought in Capella, bro. You're not going to attack Clint Capella and Steven Adams in the rotation. Bro, because real shit, down the stretch now, you don't have to play Şengün. You got KD. You got KD, Fred. Bro, you legitimately do not need Şengün on the court in those clutch moments if you really need to get a stop. You got Capella and you got Steven Adams on the interior with Kevin Durant and Amin Thompson and Fred VanVleet. Those three, Fred, Amin, and KD, defensively, hey, bro, all I'm going to say is they're going to cause some major problems. If they can stay healthy, I think they're going to win the championship. I don't know if OKC can hang with them. I don't know. We're going to have to see. I think it'll be close. And we're going to talk about the other team in the West who's had a good offseason too, but I don't see nobody beating these dudes.
See, my only concern with them is like their defense is gonna be locked down. My only concern is their offense. KD's gonna get he's gonna score regardless, but also it's like I don't know. I just worry about their offense. I wasn't really impressed with their offense like being consistent last year. But granted, you also bring in KD and Dorian Finney-Smith, so it's like it's a completely different team, you know. So like I'm not saying that they obviously can't do it. I just like I gotta see it. I gotta see it work, and I gotta see everything because we know the defense is gonna be solid. But it's like
I think they'll be fine because Şengün and Fred in the regular season, I think they'll win games off of those guys with Kevin Durant as well. I think they can win games in the regular season. I think come playoff time, though, I think they're building kind of gearing towards that because they've shown you can win during the season. It's about winning playoff series, and
exactly.
I think that's what kind of the Capella edition was because you're gonna realize come playoff time, Şengün he's good, but you may not be able to close with him to win a title.
So do you have them winning the West this year?
We still got a long off season to go. If OKC and Denver or even San Antonio, if they make moves that I like, then I'm like, okay, the Rockets, I might take another team. But as it currently stands right now, I like the Rockets. I
Okay.
just think Kevin Durant is about to make that impact that a lot of people are expecting. I think he's about to go in there and elevate the absolute shit out of his team. I don't think they're going to be anything crazy in the regular season. It's just going to become playoff time. You have that closer. You got that number one option now, and your number two, your number three, number four options aren't bad, bro. Fred, Man, and Shingun. Hey, and they all gonna be in the lab with KD with all them young bulls. Just learn how to get buckets. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now with them. Um, but yeah, what's another team I wanted to get into? Oh yeah, real quick. I think this was the last team we want to talk about the Nuggets. I want to get into them real quick, man. What an off season they've had. I mean, well, I ain't gonna say off season, free agency that they've had. They basically cleaned house, which is crazy. They basically just said, fuck everything we've had, fire the GM, fire the coach during the season. They bring in new management, and I will say they have made some really great moves to start free agency. Started off with the Cam Johnson trade, basically just straight up swapping Michael Porter Jr. for Cam Johnson, sending, I think, MPJ in what, one first round pick, or was it? Just yeah, one first round, one future first round pick for Cam Johnson.
Yeah, like
Home run,
2032.
holy hell. Solidified themselves, getting themselves a backup big with Jonas Valanciunas, bringing in Bruce Brown, and then you got Tim Hard, and then signing Tim Hardaway and Bruce Brown to basically veteran minimum deals, and you're paying. Then you got to solidify one of the best backup centers in the league in Jonas Valanciunas. So I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Nuggets are back. They got them a team. And the only thing they really need is a backup guard. I know they're interested in Brogdon. I know they're interested in bringing Westbrook back. I do know that, but I'm not gonna lie to you. The roster is looking fucking crazy. You still got Jokic, Jamal, and Aaron Gordon. But now, in really off the bench, you got a bench now. Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway. You basically replacing MPJ with Cam Johnson. It looked good to me. I think they just need to really kind of get that backup guard, and then the Nuggets legit could have another solid 8 to 10 man unit instead of having a. They really only ran 7 guys last year.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. You essentially said everything I wanted to say as well. I think this is the best backup. Excuse me. This is the best backup center that Jokic has ever had with Valanciunas. Um, and I mean, like you gotta remember, they also almost beat OKC. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like I do think Cam Johnson is gonna be very 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 good on this team. And when you were saying we were talking about who's our winner of the winner of like the like so far right now of the off season, I guess, or free agency and all that. Mine might honestly be Denver, because I mean Denver wasn't. It's not like they're that far away from winning a championship in general, and you go get some crucial pieces. Again, Bruce Brown coming off the bench is gonna be really really solid for him. He's been in that system before. He knows everything. Um, Valanciunas again, backup center. He's gonna be very good for Jokic as well, and then Cam Johnson trained for him. Again, I'm not saying that they're the best team, but I mean they might. For me, it's between them and Houston.
Yeah, because they really lacked shooting, and you got Cam Johnson, who's arguably one of the best 3-and-D shooters. Shoots very efficiently, and you added Tim Hardaway Jr., which is just two more perimeter shooters that can knock down shots more consistently for them. And if they're able to get a guy like a Brogdon or bringing back Westbrook, I think these dudes can make a legit run at it. That's why I say, we got to wait to see how all these moves turn out. But I really do like. They still got Christian Braun. You still got Peyton Watson. So we're definitely gonna see with them. But yeah, man, shout out to the Nuggets. I think it's pretty much it in terms of like the big moves. I know the Pistons are having a really good free agency as well. Shout out to them. That Malik Beasley stuff is crazy. But I mean, yeah, I definitely think the Pistons, I think, are having a really good free agency. They replaced Tim Hardaway Jr. with Duncan Robinson. They picked up Karis LeVert, re-signed. They basically just getting scores to kind of fill out their roster. But hey, man, the East is wide open. Like I said. Oh, and lastly, thing in the NBA we do need to talk about is that trade. We never talk about the Desmond Bain trade. What you think about that trade, bro? Basically, for you guys who don't know, Desmond Bain got traded to Orlando, 5 first-round picks, and Cole Anthony and something else like that. But just think about that trade, Ryan.
KCP as well, right?
Yeah, KCP,
Yeah.
Cole Anthony, 5 first-round picks. Crazy trade.
See, again, I thought it was crazy for. I thought it was crazy good value for Memphis being able to get all that back. But I mean, like, Orlando must be
Shit.
extremely confident and extremely like they're ready to win now, and they must be extremely confident that they're going to be able to win a title in these next couple of years. Because giving up all that for, again, Bane is a great player, but like giving up all that for him, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I do think he's a pretty good fit for him. You know, he's a pretty good shooter, pretty solid defender, all that. But like, I don't know. I think you could have gotten someone better for that value. You know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that part of it. Um, I will say that I really like the team. I've been high on Orlando for a minute. I really do like their team, like from kind of top to bottom. I think adding Desmond Bain, they needed shooting, and Desmond Bain is. I mean, he's one of the best shooters in the league. I'll give him that. I mean, he's a really good shooter, and he's kind of what they needed just a little bit. Well, no, they needed him a lot, but I'm saying I would have probably gone after him. But hey, they needed him and they went out and got him. And they also did pick up Tyus Jones, which is going to be a good backup point guard for them since Anthony Black is pretty much a backup two at this point. But I think they believe they can go make it out the East. I think they can. Paulo take another jump. He take another lead. I think they're gonna be nasty. Jalen Suggs, obviously, they need him to come back healthy. You still gotta your defense. The defense ain't the issue. It's offense. I think Desmond Bain can really help them with that, spacing the floor out a little bit, giving Paulo more one-on-one opportunities, which I think he desperately needs. And if he take, bro, he's still 23. If he can take another leap, bro, like I said, Subs coming back. Just having these guys play with each other more and more, I think is good. But I think they're not done. I think they're going to continue to make moves. Probably get one more shooter in there. But I like their rotation. I like Golga. I like Wendell Carter Jr. I think he may be a guy that may get traded out for a better center, but I like Jonathan Isaac. I like Franz. I like Paulo. I like Suggs, Bain, Ty Jones, a good pickup. Anthony Black. I mean, I like Tristan Da Silva. I, I really like their team, and I love what's his name? Their coach. What's his coach name? Jamal Mosley. I love Jamal Mosley, and not to mention they drafted one of the best scorers in the draft in Jay Richardson. So they still got him. So yeah, man. Hey, they gonna be nice. Just think about the Magic, like in terms of their roster.
No, man, I agree with you. I think the Magic are going to be solid, especially in the East with Tatum and Alley being out. Um, Someone I really want to talk about is the Spurs getting another 7-foot demon with your boy Luke Cornett.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out to Luke. Yeah. Hey man, we needed a backup big very bad. Um, yeah, let's talk about the Spurs for a quick second. Man, shout out to my guys, bro. I know a lot of Spurs fans, they aren't happy. Obviously missing out on Kevin Durant and everything like that. I was kind of upset missing out on KD, but I still think we've had a damn good offseason. I think Spurs fans are just ungrateful. We've looked out into the number 2 pick. We got pick 14. Our great player fell to us at 14, Carter Bryant. You got Carter Bryant and Dylan Harper. I mean, and you added a backup big. You pretty much addressed all the things you needed. You needed a backup point guard. You went out and got the number 2 pick and got the best point guard in the draft. You needed another backup center. You stole one of the best backup bigs in the league from from Boston, and you needed another 3-and-D wing, and you drafted one of the best ones in the draft in Carter Bryant. Um, I'm fine with that. I don't know about most people, but I'm fine with that. But I don't think we're done. I think we'll probably add one more player in free agency. Or maybe shit, we gear up for another big trade coming. Giannis, maybe. But I think overall, man, we go into this draft. I mean, look, I said the draft. I think overall, man, we go into the season. I really like our team. I think, I want to see De'Aaron Fox play. Bro, we still got people have to like us putting these guys in trade talks meaning they're on the team, but we still got Devin Vassell. We still have Harrison Barnes. We still got Keldon Johnson. They're not scrubs. I really do. I'm still a big Devin Vassell guy. It's still my guy. Harrison Barnes is still my guy. I still like what he brings to the team in terms of 3-and-D. Devin Vassell's a guy to go get a bucket in his hands. I definitely think we could be a top 6 team in the West. I don't think we're going to be like top 3, but I definitely think Vic coming back in year 3. Bro, this dude was going to be like what? First, second team All NBA. He was Player of the Year with an All Star. If he doesn't get the blood clot because he just didn't qualify. I mean, this dude, we will be talking about the Spurs. The Spurs probably make the play in if this man didn't get the blood clot. So I think it'd be good to see De'Aaron Fox with the actual point, not playing with Chris Paul next to him for Jesus Christ. So yeah, I think De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, and Vic, man, I'm down to see that lineup. I don't know why people are really tripping, but what do you think about the Spurs roster?
I mean, I made the video about him. I think you guys are gonna be filthy. You know, I really do think you guys are gonna be nice. Um, Another team that's gonna be filthy. The Washington Wizards. I'm trying to tell you, the Wizards are gonna be they they might not make the playoffs. They're gonna make the play-ins. I promise you. They're gonna make the play-ins. I'm calling it now. You heard it here first. They're gonna at least make the play-ins, and that's as far as I'm gonna go with my prediction. They're gonna be nice. I'm calling it now. What you think?
I'm not gonna disagree. I think that CJ and Kelly, we'll have to see. All I gotta say is you're gonna have to see because I wasn't the big fan of trading Jordan Poole for CJ. I'm not a big fan of getting Kelly Olynyk in exchange for Sadiq Bey, but I mean, hey, fuck it, we ball. But I think Bub Carrington, I still like him. I like Keyshawn George. Um, who did I draft?
Trey Johnson. I was watching some highlights of him. Man, he's a bucket. He's a
Who?
bucket. Trey Johnson.
Yeah, Trey Johnson. That's what he is. So you got the
Mm-hmm.
lead shooter in Trey Johnson. So you go on relatively very young, but I still like the team a lot. I think y'all can make the play in. I think y'all can. I think Alex Sarr has to take a leap for y'all to get that, but I think he can. But I think overall, I think CJ is going to bring a lot of good things to this team in terms of getting you guys certain wins you shouldn't. I think Chris Middleton, y'all got the retirement club. The former y'all got a lot of bro. Y'all are the team where former championship solidified 2, 3 co-stars are just chilling over there right now. CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton, Marcus Smart, chilling. NDC breaking the bank. But I definitely think yeah, y'all can be a playing team. Like I said, Bub Carrington, Keyshawn George. You know how I feel about AJ Johnson, Bilal Coulibaly, and Trey Johnson. Man, shout out to him. Corey Kispert, which I say yes, Corey Kispert. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, and you still got Marcus Smart. You got CJ. So and Chris Middleton. Those guys gonna win you some games. Some games. So yeah, man.
See, again, their draft last year was insane with Keyshawn, Bub, and what's his name? What was his name? Sorry, excuse me. I just drew a blank. Um, yeah, their draft last year was nasty, and then like you were saying, they essentially got AJ Johnson from that draft with that trade. But yeah, man, I think they could be solid. I do think they could be solid. You didn't even mention Champagne either. I think they.
Not his brother, but I can see.
Dude, I think they can be like a legit 9 seed, 10 seed, and it sounds dumb, but like I don't know, man. I don't know. We're gonna have to see.
Want y'all to be good. I want AJ Johnson to ball out so I could be like, I'm the guy that called it.
Next SGA 2.0. Is that what you were saying?
I wouldn't even gonna be the next SGA. I just said it's a lot of similarity, but I do believe that brother gonna ball out. But yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a Wizards guy, bro. Like I am rooting for y'all.
Man, say it for me. Say they're gonna be a top 3 seed in the East. Just say it.
No way. They're gonna be a top 10 seed.
Now, do you think they got a better odds of being a top 3 seed in the East or a bottom 3 seed in the East? That's the question. No. Bro, have you not seen the starting lineup?
Bottom. They're not touching the top 3 teams in the East. Absolutely not.
Man, I'm gonna come back to this when we finish at the 1 seed in the East. Shock the world.
Yeah, this man's crazy. Bub Carrington gonna be the one option and get y'all the 1 seed. This man's cracked out. Wait,
bro, about to win MVP.
Yeah, nah, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's going to be good. But I definitely do like Trey Johnson. I think he's gonna be really good for y'all. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it for the NBA. You can transition over to your Steelers. The Steelers pulled off a huge blockbuster trade with the Miami Dolphins about 3 days ago. I mean, it was a trade that I ain't gonna lie, kind of had people shocked a little bit. But here it is, man. The Miami Dolphins are sending Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for Minkah Fitzpatrick. And I think both teams swapped. No, Pittsburgh sent. No, my fault. Dolphins sent the 7th, Pittsburgh sent the 5th. So Pittsburgh sends Minkah in the 5th round pick for Ramsey, Jonnu in the 7th round pick. Just an absolute crazy trade. Jalen Ramsey's going to get a $1.5 million raise this season. And the Steelers are going to take on the bulk of Jalen Ramsey's contract. And I think the rights, didn't the Steelers extend Jonnu like 1 year 12 or something like that?
Yeah.
They also extended Jonnu Smith. Meanwhile, Miami saves like $15 million in cap and everything like that. My thoughts on this trade, I like the trade for Pittsburgh. I'm going to go with the Dolphins winning for right now. Which is crazy to say because, bro, Pittsburgh did get two really good players. Like, I don't want to downplay the players they got. They are really good. But the reason why I'm giving the edge to Miami is because Pittsburgh got players in positions that they didn't need to address. This trade is the example of like the Ravens trading for Lamar Jackson and Travis Kelce. My fault. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Not saying it's to the extent, but I'm just giving an example. Bro, they got fucking Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. You got Lamar and Mark Andrews. Now, obviously, it's not the best analogy, but you get my point. Like, they are two. Ramsey's still a dog. I still love Ramsey. I still think Ramsey is one of the top 12, top 15 corners in this game. Might be still top 10, depending, but I'm not going to argue. And you got Jonnu Smith. But the thing about Pittsburgh is nothing is ever for the fucking future with this team. And I'm going to let you go, but like, I'm just like, bro, damn. And I get everybody got their feelings about Minkah. They said he didn't have his best year last year, but take it away, Steelers fan.
So I was asleep. I was asleep in my bed, just chilling. And I woke up probably like 1, 2 o'clock. Don't judge me. I woke up probably like 1, 2 o'clock. Looked at my phone, and I had text from you. I had text from a couple other of my friends. IG DMs blowed up. Everything. Didn't even see what happened yet because I just had my phone like I got that shit on D&D. I just saw like blank text me, blank text me, blank text me. I didn't see what it was. I'm like, damn, why all these people texting me, you know? And I look, And I get the text, and your text happened to be the first one I opened. So like, my eyes had been open for maybe 5 seconds, and I see a picture of Jalen Ramsey on my screen, and it said the Steelers have finalized a trade to acquire All-Pro DB Jalen Ramsey. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, damn, like I was expecting it because, cool, whatever.
Shout out to Slick Rick.
Yeah, shout out. Then I look a little bit further down, like I wipe the crust out my eyes, all that, and I see
See my
y'all
man.
gave up Minka though, with 4 crying emojis. Bro, I was so mad, bro. Like as dumb as it might sound, this trade bothered me more than giving up Pickens. This trade bothered me more. And granted, we got way less value back for Pickens, so it should be the other way around. But like, you can't give up Minka. You just can't. You can't like. He one of those players that's supposed to be a Steeler for the rest of their career. It's the same thing with TJ. Like when they lost the playoff game, I came up on here talking about, man, just trade everybody. But it legitimately wasn't like a like I wanted them to win. I wanted them to go somewhere to win. That's why I wanted them gone. I didn't want them gone because they weren't good players. I wanted them gone off my team because I wanted them to go to somewhere else to go win. But like, you trading them, and like the Steelers are also still trying to compete, which is fine. But like, you can't give up Minka and then also be like, yep, like we feel like giving up Minka is for the best. There had to have been someone else that you could have given up in that trade. There had to have been something else to keep Minka on the Steelers and bring Jalen in. And like, and you said it perfectly. Like, the positions that they filled were positions that didn't need to be necessarily filled, as much as others. Like yes, I do think that, let's just say Darius Slay doesn't have the greatest year. It is nice having Ramsey there. Having Ramsey, JPJ, and Slay as those 3 corners are really solid. Beanie Bishop is solid, I think, as well. Elliott and Minka would have been nasty. And it's like, bro, you give up Minka, and like he's like, in my opinion, him and TJ are like, and Cam are like the heart and soul of that team, and you give up one of your guys in that trade. Again, I like Ramsey. I agree with you. I think Ramsey's a really good corner. The Jonnu Smith trade is kind of why we traded for him when we got Darnell and Pat. Again, I feel like they need to. Excuse me. I feel like they need to incorporate Darnell more into the offense in general. But like, you got Darnell, you got Pat. They're talking about they're gonna use Jonnu in like a different way. That he's gonna be a tight end. He's gonna be a receiver.
Trying to be like Sean Payton.
Yeah. Bro, just go get a fucking receiver, bro. Just go get a receiver. Like, in my opinion, that's what the Steelers should have done. The Steelers should have gone out and gotten a second receiver to pair with DK. They feel like Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin might be able to take that solid wide receiver 2 role, which is, man, we're gonna have to see. But like, somebody used the analogy of like, you traded $1 for 4 quarters. And it's like, why'd you give up the $1 when you had 4 quarters in your? Why'd you give up $1? Like, yeah, you're getting 4 quarters back, but like, why'd you give up the $1? You had the whole dollar in your hand, But like, you could have gone and gotten Ramsey, who is also a great player, bro. Like, Ramsey's a great player, and paired him with it could have been Slave, Ramsey, JPJ, Elliott, Beanie Bishop, Minka. And then gone and signed TJ and been chilling, bro. Like, that defense would have been filthy. And then
yeah.
I don't know. You just can't. You can't trade Minka. You can't. I hope he has success in Miami. I do think the trade is gonna be solid for both sides, but also I think we might look back on the trade and be like, Miami won it, because they also get the 5th round pick. Granted, 5th and 7th, whatever. But like, man, you can get some solid players in the 5th round,
Yeah. Imagine if the Broncos traded like Passer 10 for like Roquan Smith or some shit.
I mean, Roquan a great player.
Ramsey a good player, but you see, like, here's what I say about like with the trade is that, and a Steelers fan, I was talking to my DMs. I said, bro, I just wouldn't have gave because you didn't really get a position of need. Like, and I'm one of the people say you can never have enough corners, but like, bro, go sign Jair. He was a free agent. He was a free agent. You could have went and got him. You trade Mink. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I know Minka may have not had the best year last year, whatever the fuck people gonna try to bring up. I don't give a goddamn, bro. Like, what is Johnu gonna do in this offense? Like, we're acting like this man. This is in Kansas City. Excuse me. This isn't Philly. Hell, this ain't even Miami. We talking about him going to Pittsburgh with Arthur Smith and a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. No disrespect. And I'm sitting here like, oh yeah, well, they got Johnu. Boy, that's gonna be it, bro. This trade didn't do absolutely nothing in terms of how I looked at the Steelers heading into the season. It did nothing. They're gonna be more entertaining because they got Ramsey and DK. I can't wait. The training camp start. Ooh, and that's gonna be. Hey, imagine. I see they would have kept Pickens. Boy, this shit would have been. You had to have made them the hard knock team. You got to change everything, the scripts, everything like that. I need to see Pickens, Ramsey, and DK hard knocks. That would have been peak television. That would have been peak Pittsburgh games in general. But you traded George Pickens, which I thought was still a questionable move. You traded Minka, and I'm like, bro, and I'm talking about Jalen Ramsey, one of my favorite players of all time. But bro, like, this was not the move. This just was not the move to me. I didn't like it. I think people saying the Steelers are loaded. It's a right now move. And again, Pittsburgh is allergic for looking towards the future. There's something wrong with the way this front office stinks. They're too Super Bowl, and it sounds crazy. I'm not saying they're too Super Bowl focused, but they're so blinded by pursuing and winning a championship that they don't even think about like they don't even think about long term anything. It's always we gonna make a crazy desperate trade or a sneaky good move here and then make a crazy move this way, and now we got a squad. It's like, bro, getting Jalen Ramsey and it's not moving the needle. Now y'all talking about playing this man at nickel and playing him at safety and playing this man out of position at this old in his career. I don't mind moving him to safety, but if you was gonna trade for moving to safety, bro, just keep Minka. Like that's what I just don't understand, bro. Keep Minka and use Darnell Washington a little bit more. How about put Darnell Washington in the role Muth was in and use Muth like Johnu? That's just kind of how I'm thinking about things a little bit, but I don't know, man. Pittsburgh, they just gonna keep Steelers are gonna Steeler, and I don't know what the hell is going on, but bro, you think like you seen my record predictions, and I was like, damn, does this change anything how I look at them? Absolutely not. There's not one game I'll probably go back and be like, nah, they gonna sweep there now, or they gonna do this. I just didn't like the move. I didn't like it, and I could. I'm telling you, it was gonna happen. Recency bias gonna kick in, and then 2 years from now, Pittsburgh gonna be in the market for a safety, and everybody gonna be like, they ain't even get no chip, and they out here looking for a safety because you're still gonna have Joy Porter. That's my thing. Is just like, damn, bro, like. You didn't need to trade Minka for Ramsey. That just was not a good deal in my opinion. And on top of that, you paying him more. You took on $15 million on your cap when you trying to pay TJ Watt. Why would you take on more money? And they talking about some, well, it actually gives them more money to pay TJ Watt. Man, I don't care, bro. It don't make no sense to me, bro. It makes absolutely no sense. It just don't make no sense to me. I mean, in terms of a roster, I guess technically it may have gotten better, but bro, they not going to be running two tight end sets the whole game. I would hope not. But I mean, I guess y'all only got really two receivers, so we'll see.
See, like towards the end of the season, a huge thing most Steeler fans were saying is they wanted the front office to be more aggressive. They wanted them to go out there and like it just seemed like it was the same thing. Every year the Steelers did the same thing, and it's like the moves that you're making and the guys that you're getting rid of, at least from the fans' perspective, which is the only perspective I can give. I'm not in the locker room. I got no idea what's going on. But like you go out and you trade guys that like you could win now with. You know, you go out there and trade Pickens for what I think it was like a fourth or a fifth or something like that. And I
Yeah.
think they gave up a pick. It was something like that. But like you go out there and again, I understand that from what it looks like now, the Steelers are just trying to like we have some solid players that are young that are like hopefully going to be able to develop with the team and be like stars on the team. But it really seems like it's just kind of they're pushing all their chips into in the middle right now, and like they're just going for it, which is fine. But like the reality is we're not gonna win nothing. Like we're not gonna win anything of significance. Yeah, we might win a playoff game, which would be fantastic. But like at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you give up Minka and you give up Pickens, who are both players that can help you win right now. If they had Minka and Pickens right now on this exact team that we're talking about, I would look at the Steelers completely different.
So most definitely, I'll be like, I ain't gonna
Completely
lie,
different.
if y'all would have Ramsey and Pickens and still have Minka, I'll be like, look, I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all boys gonna be nasty. Y'all boys out there made some damn good fucking moves. And if y'all would have pulled off this trade and gave up no bullshit, y'all would have gave up like shit. I don't even know who's the guy you could have given up. I'd rather give. Okay, who would you rather given up, Hayward or Minka?
Man, see, they both there. Like for me, I really do feel like there's no way that you couldn't have gotten a trade done without giving up a player. Excuse me, like there is a way that you could have gotten the trade done. That's what I was trying to say. Excuse me. There was a way that there had to have been a way that you could have given up a draft pick instead of a player and gone and just done that. There had to have been because it kind of just seems like they're like if you're really just going for the future, then you don't give up the draft picks, and in my opinion, you just trade people. You just trade people. But when they signed DK and they brought him in, it's like, oh, the Steelers are trying to they're actually trying to do something. So that's when it was like, okay, well, we're not really just trying to shift anything to the future. So now just keep the guys that you got and bring in some like I like the Rodgers signing. Bring him in, cool, whatever, and then gone and gotten a guy like Ramsey, cool, whatever. That's fantastic. But like they're kind of doing a little bit of both, where like they're not optimizing what they could right now with winning. And because if they were, they would have kept Pickens and they would have kept Fitzpatrick and they would have found a way to go on out there and gotten Ramsey. Jonu's cool, but like in my opinion, Jonu's kind of whatever. Like you could have gone out there and gotten Ramsey without giving up a play. I really feel like they could have, and it's like
Yeah, because right now they got Jalen Ramsey starting at nickel, and they got Juan Thornhill replacing Minka.
yeah, and you just created a hole that wasn't even necessary. You know, it's like
The Josh
they're
Allen
just so
tight end
in and
too.
out, in and out, in and out. Excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt you. My fault.
No, you good.
They're just so in and out, and it's like either go fully one way or go fully the other. Go either completely be like, yeah, we're 100% competing, we're keeping Pickens, and if he walks, it is what it is. Just go one way or another. But again, they got rid of Pickens, they got rid of Fitzpatrick, but then they're trying to bring in players that are cool, but like, how much better did it really make you either way? It's again, I hope they go out there and win the fucking Super Bowl, obviously, but the reality of it is, I don't know. That's all I gotta say.
It's tough. That's all I'm gonna say. It's really tough, man. Um, but I would say for now, I think that they can still be a playoff team. Um, you know where I got them going. But you know, I definitely think that this team can still definitely be a playoff team. I think if Aaron Rodgers can still got a little bit of juice left, it can work. But it's really just a wait and see. But as far as like the outlook for the future goes, like you want to be winning for a long term is just not looking good in that aspect.
See, and
Because
my
now
fault.
next year, my fault.
Are you good?
And I'll let you go. Next year, say you lose, say you get first rounded again. Now Rodgers is gone. You got a middle of the pack pick, and you're right back to where you were. And now you're going to be looking to move off of Jalen Ramsey because his contract is going to be freaking insane. and you're gonna have two tight ends. One of them is making 12, and the other one is, I think, gonna be up for an extension if Freiermuth, and you're right back to where you were. That's the problem because you need to go win the Super Bowl this year. You have to. Like there is no middle ground, bro. Because there is no running it back in year two, and that's my main problem with that. It's like, bro, if you stop banking on one season after one season after one season, like everything's a 1 year deal, bro. Like they ain't gonna win the Super Bowl right now. No, it's hard. Like, bro, you gotta go beat Josh Allen. You gotta win You gotta finish top two in your division. You gotta beat the Chiefs. It's just tough, bro. So
And like with the offense, in my opinion, I mean, I watch Rodgers a lot. My dad's a big Packers fan. I used to watch him, obviously growing up with him. Rodgers was always so like he relied so much on the chemistry with other people, his other receivers that he had, that like in my opinion, I thought he was the most efficient when he had his guys. When you like we know Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson, Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, those Finley, Jermichael Finley, like those type of guys that like he had that chemistry built with for years, and then he had that success with them. But it's like I think him and DK are going to be extremely successful with each other. I do. But it's the other guys. Like I think Pat's gonna be solid with him. It's like it's the Calvin Austin, it's the Roman Wilson. It's those young guys that are like that with this offense scare me, which is kind of makes me wonder if that's why they're bringing in Jonnu. If like he's an experienced vet that like knows what a quarterback's trying to do, you know. But like, even then, it's like Rodgers, again, in my opinion, is so chemistry related. That's why I think his last year in Green Bay, where they kind of struggled, it was like he had a bunch of like rookie young guys that he was trying to throw the ball to. I know you remember that one clip with him and Christian Watson, where him and Christian Watson, like he was trying to give Christian Watson a sign, and he did not pick up on it, and it was like he was just like he was frustrated with him. You could tell he was visibly frustrated with him because he didn't know what he didn't know what Rodgers was trying to tell him to do. It's like I feel like Rodgers is so chemistry like year after year after year like based that like you have to have like, he has to have his guys in the offense to really feel comfortable with it. So I think even this first couple of weeks of getting into the offense, like trying to build chemistry with these guys, it's gonna be tough. And then it's like, well, you're still also in my opinion, one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. You got a pretty tough schedule in general. You're going against NFC North. It's like it's gonna be tough for him. But like I don't know. They're just so like the team is either so old or they still got these young guys like the Zach Frazier, Fautanu, Derek Harmon, the first round pick. Benton is still young. Peyton Wilson is still young. Alex Highsmith is kind of young. Whatever. It's like you still have some of these young solid pieces that are like in the core, but then it's like I agree with you. When Rodgers leaves this year, you're going to be in the same position looking for another quarterback. It's like the receiving core, like Robert Woods is our wide receiver too right now. It's like it's like dude, and then the defense is so quickly just gonna this guy retired, that guy retired, that guy wants to leave, this guy wants to be gone. It's like
they gonna play forever.
yeah, it's just like they'll just keep trying to bandage it up. They're like just
Like
embrace it,
Darius
bro.
Slay got 1 year. I mean, cut on my fault. Darius
No,
Slay
you
got
good.
1 year. Cam Hayward got 1 year. Like T.J. Watt, if y'all pay him, like, and then you got Jalen. Like is Jalen Ramsey gonna? How long is he gonna be here?
My guess would be like a year or two, maybe like 2 years. That's my guess.
Because he's 30. He'll
Yeah,
be 31. And let me look at this man's contract. So last question before we end it, man. Um, so who do you think is winning the NBA offseason so far?
I'm gonna go with either Denver or Houston. What about yourself?
You got to give me one. Because you already know who I'm going with.
Yeah, yeah. You going with Houston?
Mm-hmm.
Um, just to be different. I'll go Denver. They're already a
Yeah,
championship contender, just like Houston is. But bro, they got the fucking MVP of the league, and they got even better. So
yeah. Give me a. I'm going with the Rockets, bro. Cook over there. But yeah, like I said, man, that's gonna do it for this episode. I'm your host JMX, my coach Ryan, man. To the next one. Peace out.
Steelers win the Super Bowl.